now that we're here?
Well, we're gonna talk to the audience. Look, everyone's
We
here.
are talking to the
I know
audience.
we are. We're talking to each other and the audience. We like that. Well, we just wanted to welcome everybody to Megacon.
Yeah, welcome to Megacon. Nice meeting you. What's the next activity?
We're gonna play shuffleboard after this. We're gonna go right to shuffleboard.
Wait a minute, I'm not that old that shuffleboard is my only activity, you know.
You are in Florida, though. I mean, there's plenty of
Do
shuffleboard.
they play a lot of
They
shuffleboard?
play a lot of shuffleboard here.
All right.
Nobody in this room, though. Right? Oh, okay.
No, these aren't shuffleboarders, I can tell that.
Well, we're here. We're happy to have Stan. This is a yearly event at Megacon, and it's always made special when we have you here. I've been a fan of Stan since before I was born. That's what I heard. But actually, I've been a fan of Stan's forever, and I work for Stan.
I admire your taste and judgment, by the way.
And just like getting to sit up here with Stan is as VIP as you can get. Although I do.
Must be a hell of a kick.
It is. It is a blast. It is a blast. I live for this moment. But we want to interact with you, the audience, while we're up here. Because they have some good stuff to say, maybe. All right. So we're going to take questions from everybody. There's two microphones. Correct. There's one located there, and there's one on that aisle. And if people want to get in line, I will say, if we can't hear you, you're going to have to repeat it. Speak up loud, because up here the sound kind of bounces around, so we don't hear you.
No, tell the truth. I don't hear that well. So he will hear the question. He will repeat it to me using sign language or whatever system we use. And I'll try to figure out what the hell it was, and then we'll work it out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I was trying to be kinder than that.
Kindness is wasted on me.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. So
I don't see that well either. So what usually happens, somebody over there asks a question, and I say, well, let me tell you, because I don't know where the question is coming from. But you're good at that, so I'll just follow your lead.
Yeah, we're going to start over there. So we got.
Why are we starting over there?
I don't know.
Does it give you a sense of power to know that you're controlling this whole thing? You know, he's the one who says, do you have a question? I mean, it's a great situation for you, you know? No wonder you fight to do these panels.
It's amazing that they even pay me to do it.
You get paid? Hey, wait a minute, who do I talk to? All right, go ahead.
I get my comic sign, that's about it. So let's go to the first one.
Okay, Mr. Stanley, what inspired you to create superheroes?
Greed. I wanted to make a living, and it was my job, and if I hadn't done it, I'd have been fired. And so I did it. Gotta be truthful. I may not give you the answer you want. I may not give you the answer you expect, but from me you get the truth.
I can't.
Mr. Lee, it's truly an honor to meet you. I was just wondering, do you have a comic book collection yourself? And if so, what is your favorite issue?
Actually, I do not have a comic book. We were too stupid in those days to save the books or the artwork. What used to happen, we had a very small office. There was Jack Kirby, and for a while there was Joe Simon and me and a couple other guys. And we'd send down for sandwiches, and somebody would bring up a sandwich, and we'd say, hey kid, before you go back, we got all these comic books, we have no place to put them. Will you take them and throw them away or do something? The printer would send back the original artwork, and those original pages were very big and thick. They were done on big, heavy somethings. I don't know what you call it.
Bristol board. Yeah, Bristol board.
At Bristol board. So we'd say, and by the way, on your way back, when you take this artwork and dump it somewhere, we didn't realize it would ever have any value. And that's why we have to humbly come to conventions like this.
Thank you.
When you created Charles Xavier, you inspired me to get my PhD. and I just got it, and I'm going to be teaching at the college level. And I was wondering if you had any advice for inspiring college students.
Why am I not surprised? I thought that all of you were PhDs. I mean, you're my fans. It's got to be the highest level of intelligence they can be.
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, thank you and congratulations on the PhD.
Do you have any advice for inspiring college students?
You don't have to whisper.
It's like we're on a date.
You want me to give advice that'll inspire college students? I went to college for 6 months when I was in New York at night because there was a girl I liked.
Yes, sir.
And she went to college at night, and the only way I could meet her was to take this. But we only hung for 6 months, and that was it. What was the question? I don't have any advice.
I'd rather hear about the girl.
Yeah, so would I.
This gentleman.
To your left, Stan. I'm very curious about how you feel about all the things that, since your creations, the X-Men and all those things, have made it into the popular zeitgeist. How do you feel about that?
I heard how do you feel about, but I couldn't hear what it is I feel about.
The popular culture, pop culture, zeitgeist.
I'll show you why I'm such a popular guest at these conventions, because of the replies that I give to questions. I feel good. I almost can't believe it, actually. I mean, suddenly the Marvel movies have become the biggest things in Hollywood, next to your stuff.
But you're starring in them all, so that's cool too.
Yeah, for some reason, the directors seem to get a kick out of having me make a fool of myself in some scene. Like the time, I forget, it must have been the Spider-Man movie, when I'm stamping books and listening to music. And I don't know that Spider-Man and the Lizard are having a life and death. You see, they always make an idiot out of me. There must be some subtle thinking behind that, but I'd rather not get into it.
I think they're mad at J. Jonah Jameson. I think that's what it is.
He thinks what?
They're mad at J. Jonah Jameson. It's not you, sir. It's J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, you know, I was very upset when the movie came out that they didn't hire me to be J. Jonah. I would have been the best Jameson anyone ever saw. But, you know, you can't win them all.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you for your intelligence.
I wanted to be Thor also, but they thought I was too husky.
You're not bothered about people.
Should have been Odin.
Thank you very much for seeing us, Mr. Stanley, and thank you for being such a positive role model in me growing up. My question is, what kind of writing exercises would you do when you were working as a writer, and any tips for people who were writing?
You know, that's the toughest question I have ever been asked. I don't know what tips you can give someone who wants to be a writer. I think just read as much as you can, and read good stuff as much as you can, and practice writing. Just do a lot of writing. If you're going to school, do a lot of compositions and see how good they are, see what kind of grades you get for them. But there's no way. I mean, you either are good at writing or you're not. It's like being an artist. You're either a good artist, because if you have the ability to be a good artist, nothing can stop you from drawing. Am I right, Jimmy? I mean, you can get little tips later on, but you've got it in here, and you do the same with writing, the same with music. You know, you're either good at it or you're not. So I don't want to give you any phony instructions, because I feel I have to answer your question. I do not know how you can train to be a writer or an artist or a musician. It's got to come from inside of you, and then you just emulate whatever artists or writers you think are good, and you try to do better than them. Just like I'm trying to do better than Jimmy here, but I'm not succeeding. By the way, every voice sounds to me like it's coming from there. Are they coming from places like there?
Yeah, this side and that.
And it just sounds like it's coming from very strange. Okay. Life's little mysteries.
Okay.
Hi, Stan. Being a librarian from Miami, I was wondering if you could, I have a question. I'm just wondering, what would you say your favorite book is, and why is that your favorite book?
That's another tough one. I have so many books that I love. It's like they ask me, who's my favorite superhero? I don't have a favorite. I love them all. With books, I used to read a lot of science fiction, obviously. And I also read regular books, Charles Dickens, Emile Zola, Mark Twain. Who wrote Sherlock Holmes again? What's the matter with me? My favorite stories, I can't remember the name of the Sherlock. Arthur Conan Doyle. My favorite poem is the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, as a matter of fact. And I love The Raven. Who's that? Edgar Allan Poe. No, I love everything. I've read everything I could put my head, even the Hardy Boys, some of you may have heard of. When I was a kid, you could buy a hardcover Hardy Boy book for 50 cents, and what a treasure that was. And strangely enough, because Marvel is now owned by Disney, my favorite coffee table book, when I was about 11 years old, I put my pennies together and I bought a book called The Art of Walt Disney. And it had all about Dumbo and all the Pinocchio and all the things that he had done. He was my hero. And now the fact that Marvel is owned by Disney and I'm working with them, that's a hell of a thrill for me. I wish Walt Disney was still around. I never met him.
Hi. Is there any Marvel superhero that you wish they would turn into a movie?
Well, they're going to turn every one of them. They're going to do a Black Panther. They're going to do Doctor Strange. They're going to do Ant-Man. They're already working on Guardians of the Galaxy. I think I just did a cameo for that one. I did a cameo for something the other day. I think that's right. And every one of them will eventually be a movie. It is unbelievable, but wait till you see my Captain. Did you see the new Captain America movie? I thought that cameo was great. See, to me, they're not really movies. They're Stan's cameo, and besides that,